everybody, Martin here. Today was a great day. Got up this morning, slept in just a tad bit later than normal. Took my guys to work. I didn't get my morning walk in. Took it a little later. Hadn't been getting a lot of sleep lately, so I knew if I got my 6:30 workout in, getting a workout or a walk later in the afternoon would be fine. So I did that. So we're on day 2 of 75 hard. It's 10 p.m. right now, 10:12. So shutting down the day, right? Get everything done. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I need to go take my photo still for the day. I'm gonna do that in a few minutes and be good to go. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I got up and shared this morning at a meeting, and definitely not mad at what God is doing inside of me and through me. I share tomorrow in Galt, so that'll be good too. My wife and I are looking at starting another little side business, selling rainbow machines, right? They're kind of like they're like super vacuums and do all kinds of stuff. And so looking at getting at some of those and selling them out. So be expecting a phone call from me, all of you, every single person I know, expect a phone call. So, but outside of that, it's good. You know, today I had posted on Facebook, you don't diet for taste, you diet for the results, right? And I think even dieting, using the language of dieting is the wrong word, but when we're pursuing a goal, like one thing I've learned is consistency is everything, right? Not only that, but like what they say is be good eating the same thing over and over, right? And I get it, right? Sometimes food can get boring when we're eating the same thing every day. The reason you eat the same thing every day, though, is because you know what you're getting, right? You know the macros, you know the calorie count, you know everything. You know what it does for your body, you know how it makes you feel. And when you start trying to play, mix it up, change it around game, there's too many variables that go into it. So one thing people need to get straight or understand is, like, when you have real big goals, sometimes you just have to do the same thing over and over again to keep trying to get where you're going. Even like they say, you only get so many decisions in a day, right? Good decisions. People like Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs, they wore the same clothes every day, right? It wasn't like they had a variety, but it's because they didn't want to have to worry about decision making. They didn't want to waste good decision making time on something so simple. And so to diet is to do the same thing over and over. Just eat the same foods, right? We don't diet for taste. Yeah, sometimes healthy food is bland and it's gross, but you know what? Pick up your fork and just shovel it in, right? If that's what you're trying to get. I mean, if you're not really trying to hit no real hard like fitness goals, then do what you want, right? But for those of us that have big dreams, right? Like I got big dreams. I want to be 10% body fat by the end of the year. So I have to know what's going into my food, right? I have to be responsible. I'm not eating sugar anymore, right? Like all these variables go into me making decisions to put myself in a better position, right? Put myself in a position to win. And a lot of people don't want to put themselves in positions to win. They think they do, but but they really don't. Eric Thomas says everybody want to be a beast until it comes time to do what beasts do. What are you trying to do to get where you're trying to go? You know what I mean? How hard are you willing to work to get there? Like, those are questions only you can answer. Only you can say what you're really trying to do. And we say more of that with what we do by the way we live than what we say. You know what I mean? I tell people all the time, I'm gonna know who you are by the way you live. I'm going to know the kind of God you serve by the choices you make, right? Like, your actions are going to speak louder than anything else in this world about who you are. Yeah, we all want to sing this nice song about, ooh, I'm this and I'm that and whoop, whoop, whoop. But like when push comes to shove, how do you really respond to the situation? Are you reactive? Are you destructive, right? Like, or do you know how to do the next right thing, right? Do you know how to practice goodwill? Do you know how to make a healthy decision to move you in the proper direction and the people around you, not just yourself, right? Like, or do you do damage to people, right? You eat food for your goals. And that's like one of the biggest things that I have to learn, right? Or I had to learn with the fasting thing. Like, I can live off of way less food than what I actually put in my body. I can. And so can you. We just get caught up into the mental mind game that we need more food than we actually do. We tell ourselves, I couldn't make it. Or I had somebody say the other day when I talk about fasting, I would die. No, you wouldn't. You really wouldn't. I talked to somebody today about giving up sugar, and she's like, I would die. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't die. Stop telling yourself that. Stop lying to you, right? And you could say I'm joking, but I've always been taught in every joke there's a little hint of truth. And that's the truth. You know what I mean? Like, we have to stop lying to ourselves and telling ourselves things that aren't true. You wouldn't die. Might feel like it at first. But I thought I was going to die when I gave up drugs, right? When I gave up alcohol, when I gave up the lifestyle, and I didn't die. I'm actually way better off than I ever thought I would be today. You know what I mean? And I want everyone to realize that, like, the reason we feel the way we do about ourselves is because we're not willing to do what it takes to get where we're trying to go. I'm just not, right? I'm not really willing to give up pizza and all these amazing foods that taste great when I'm on a diet. Or I think about, or I'll do the diet, right? Like I say all the time, I'm really good at sprints, right? I just suck at the marathon. Like, the long goal, the end result, I can't do. I struggle with it. But like the short term, like 90 days, 60 days, 30 days, I could do anything, right? Anything for 90 days. But can I do it for the long haul, right? And that's what I'm projecting for right now, is the long haul. And so I have to keep that in the forefront of my mind. Like, what is it going to look like to eat like this for a long time, right? No sugar for the rest of my life. Like, I ain't afraid to say that no more. Like, it's not overwhelming. And trust me, there's things that pop up every day that I'm like, did I make the right decision? I got a email today from a casino that we stay at a lot in Vegas, and they just got one of the world's greatest cheesecake places to come into their hotel. I'm like, man, I'll never be able to eat that place. Never. I thought the same thing when I was getting off drugs. Man, never be able to smoke weed again, never be able to have another beer. Like, are you kidding me? I have my moments where I miss it, but am I really willing to give up the life that I live today for it? No, I'm not. So I think the same way about that cheesecake, right? Like, am I really willing to give up this beautiful life that I live today because I want a piece of cheesecake? I'm not. You know what I mean? I enjoy freedom and don't want to be in bondage in any facet of my life anymore. And so you're dieting. You're not dieting for the taste. You're dieting for the results. Remember that. Like, what does your result look like? What is your goals? How do you really want to look? How do you really want to feel? How do you really want to live? Like, those are great questions that we need to be asking ourselves regularly. I want to live great. I don't want to live all screwed up and joints hurting and inflammation. I don't want to live that way no more. I've lived like that long enough. Today, I like what I'm getting, and I'm going to keep going, keep doing it. Why? Because it feels good. And so I don't know if anybody's told you today that God loves you, and so do I. I hope you have a great day, and God bless you.